Let me know if anything's up with your body, anything you want me to touch upon. Today's class is going to focus on the sense of this idea of alertness, of being kind of awake and alert. And we are going to use our eyes. We're also going to do some thoracic mobility and shoulder work today to open up this area of our body and bring awareness here. And then a little bit of breath work before we get to the ground. So we do need a few things if you just hopped on. We're going to need our balls again. So either pinky ball, tennis ball, any type of small ball will work. So we're going to do a little hand coordination and also some grip strength today. And then a pen or a pencil, please. It's nice to have an external target. You can use your thumb, but it's great if you have an external target. All right. Hi, Yana. Okay, so we start seated. Find your seat. And then when we're in our seat, we want to make sure I spotlight myself. Hold on. You want to be in a seat that's not too, it's not going to be too soft and make you sit back in your chair. We want to sit up in the front of our chair. Feet are grounded, okay? And so the knees are either a little lower than the hips, or at 90 is fine. And then just feel the feet on the ground, spread your toes, get up nice and tall. See, could I be nice and tall? And then could we be kind of tall and be relaxed at the same time? So can I sit up tall and be relaxed? And then close your eyes and just kind of see if you can feel that. So feel the body in space. Feel that there's weight on your pelvis. There's weight against the chair. Allow yourself to sit. So allow yourself to feel weight. What does that feel like to find gravity, right? To find solidity. And then feel the sense of length upward through the crown of the head. And so the sense of an internal length, right? Our spine, we want to make sure we don't pop the chest forward or the shoulders lift up. It's a spinal lengthening. And then just check in with your body for a moment. So feel, kind of sense the space around your body and the space that you are in, that you're taking up. And when we sense this idea of space, we might notice, the temperature of the actual air. Is it cool? Is it warm? And then we might notice the kind of this outline or shape of the outsides, the line of our body. We kind of see that in our mind's eye, the outline of our body as we sit here. And just as you become aware of your body in space, bring your awareness to your breath. Can you find your breath? Where is it in the body? Is it in the belly? Is it in the chest? And oftentimes when we start to bring our awareness, we notice, areas of tension. Can you notice areas you're holding? And just with your intention and your breath, could you just soften, intentionally feel like, is there any areas that I could just soften a little bit? Maybe it's a little this idea of softening in the shoulders or melting there, or the neck, or the back. This idea of just letting it go just a little bit. Dropping into the body. And then we're going to open the eyes. And when you open the eyes, you're going to open the eyes big and lift your eyebrows. So the eyes lift, eyebrows lift. And then you're going to scrunch your eyes. And you're going to lift your eyes, lift eyebrows, and scrunch your eyes. We're going to do this a couple more times. Lift, big eyes, and then close the eyes, squint. And big eyes, and squint. And big eyes, and squint the eyes, or close the eyes and squeeze the eyes. And then one more time, big eyes, and then relax the eyes. Kind of feel how that gives you a little sense of, I'm a little bit awake. And then now can you give me a big smile? That's a huge smile. Show me your teeth. Can you lift your cheekbones? So what are we doing? We're stimulating the nerves in our face. It's very important. So big smile, and then make it like you've tasted something sour. And then big smile. And maybe we now add those eyebrows. Can we lift the eyebrows and smile big? Can you feel your face lift? How about the left cheek? How about the right cheek? And then you taste something very sour. Scrunch your face, scrunch your mouth. Just one more time. Lift eyebrows, lift the face, cheekbones lift, huge smile. I know it's strange, but it's so good. and then scrunch the face. And then relax the face. Great. Bring your pen or pencil. We're going to do a little bit of work for our eyes. Our eyes are so important to how our body functions, how it moves, how we feel. This idea, again, of awakeness, alertness. A lot of times our eyes get super tired, especially these days with just being constantly kind of stressed and also on screens more, right? Our eyes get tight. That affects how we move. Okay, so we're going to do some eye work. Now, when we do eye work, you're going to monitor yourself. If anybody feels like a little bit kind of dizzy or even a little nauseous, because our eyes affect the system as well, you just pause. We're just going to do a few in different positions, but you take care of you, okay? And just be aware, because that tells us, oh, I might need to do a little more work there, but slowly. All right, so we're going to do something called a pencil push-up. You're going to go easy. We're going to bring the pencil or pen right in front of the bridge of our nose. If you're standing, just be aware that, be a wide stance maybe, so that you have a little more space. There you go, so you feel balanced. Now, draw the pen. You're going to really focus on your pencil or your pen, and you're going to bring it all the way to the bridge of the nose. Look, your eyes might double or go blurry. Just make sure to breathe, and then you're going to go back out. Let's add a breath. So inhale, follow the pen in to the bridge of the nose. Exhale, take it back out. One more time, that's it. Inhale, bring it in. Hopefully you can feel those eyes moving in. Exhale, take it back out. Good, rest. Notice if that was challenging, we only did 3. We want to work our way up a little bit to that. So place your pen to the side. We're going to move our eyes from one object to the next, okay? We're going to take your thumbs on either side of your temples, not too wide. Head doesn't go with you. If it feels like you have to really strain, bring your thumbs in. So let's all bring our thumbs in a little bit, just to start a little more narrow, because it's actually a little more challenging than we realize. We're going to keep the head where it is, and I'm going to move my eyes to my right thumb, and then my left thumb, and I'm seeing my thumb. I'm going to move my eyes to my right and my left, and right and left. Make sure you're breathing. Can I focus my eyes? One to the next, couple more. Stay relaxed, I know. One more time, right? One more time, left, relax. It's called a saccade or saccade, the ability to move our eyes from one point to the next. We're going to do one more, and then we're done with our eyes today. So we're going to bring our hands forward. So it's not a big distance, just a small distance. A little bit above the eyebrow, and then kind of in alignment with your sternum, okay? Again, head stays long, body stays easy. Now our eyes get what they get to do. They get to move up to the up thumb, and then down to your lower thumb. And look up, and look down. Look up, look down. Now when you look, you're seeing. You're not just moving, you're seeing as you change your eyes. That's really important. See what you're looking at as you switch your eyes from point to point. One more up, one more down, and rest. And just make a note for yourself. Was this harder or was this harder? Just note. Okay, take your hands to the back of your neck. Give me some nice massage on the back of the occiput. Get in there, press in a little bit. Massage, there's these 2 bones here in the back of your skull. Can you feel them? And give them a little massage here. And then let's stroke from the back of the neck down towards the collarbones like this. Yep. Good. Nice stroking down through the neck, down to the collarbones. Just 2 more like that. Okay, take your fingers into your skull like combs. I'm going to go into my skull, and I'm kind of going to hook my hands into my head. And I want to see if I can move the skin of my head. I know it sounds really weird. It's a little weird, strange stuff. But this is going to be super nice to release tension in the head and the neck and the shoulders. So see if you can move your skull. Can I move it forward and back? Can I move it side to side? One more time. Okay, and then release that. Shake the hands a little bit. Give me a fist. Squeeze your hands. And then release. Squeeze like you're going to grab and hold on to something you're not going to let go. And then release. And grab. Release. Grab. Release. 2 more times. Grab. Release. Grab. Release. And then grab your ball. We're going to just do the right hand first. And hopefully the ball fits in your palm of your hand. If it's big, it's going to be a little harder, but that's okay too. And all you're going to do is so I'm going to wrap my hand around my ball as much as I can. I'm going to keep my wrist from bending right now. So the wrist is neutral. It's a neutral wrist. And I'm just going to squeeze the ball with my hand. Let's squeeze in for 3. Let's go 1, squeeze 2, squeeze 3, release. Good. Let's do it again. Go 1, go 2, go 3, release. And again, squeeze 1, squeeze 2, squeeze 3, release. Last one. Squeeze 1, squeeze 2, squeeze 3, release. Woo! Shake the hand out. Press that same hand forward. So I want to see the palm of the hand. Now this is going to be a little nerve stretch. Okay, so we're going to press the arm forward to start. Can you take your collarbone and draw it back? And then take your collarbone and bring it forward. So collarbone comes back, collarbone comes forward. Another way to think about this is your shoulder blade goes back, shoulder blade goes forward. Shoulder blade goes back, shoulder blade goes forward. Now take your shoulder blade slightly back, bend at your elbow, bring your fingertips towards your shoulder. This is a nerve stretch. It might be intense. We're going to go into it. When you feel the nerve stretch in the palm of your hand, maybe down the elbow, feel it, come out of it a little bit. You got it? Good. And then can we take our head and tip it the other way? Woo! We get a little bit more of a stretch there. Yes? And come back up. Bring the arm forward. Bring it down. Shake it out. Okay, take the ball in the other hand. So wrapping the ball with your hand, neutral wrist. It's a 3 squeeze and then a release. So we're going to squeeze into the ball. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, release. Notice if the grip is different than the other side, okay? And then go again. Grip 1, 2, 3, and release. And again, squeeze 1, 2, 3, and release. Is this side weaker, stronger than the other side? One more time, squeeze 1, squeeze 2, squeeze 3, and release. Good, release the ball, press the hand forward. My arm is long, my elbow is locked out. So let's think about collarbone first. It's nice to feel the collarbone here. So I'm gonna push forward, the collarbone goes back. I slide back, the collarbone comes up into my hand. So as I push forward, the collarbone kind of goes away from my hand. As I pull my shoulder blade back, the collarbone kind of comes into my hand. And this little part of the collarbone that meets the sternum. It should be a little more specific, yeah. Because the upper part does something else. So it's this part of your collarbone that is attached to your sternum. And now you can think shoulder blade. Shoulder blade slides in, shoulder blade goes wide. Feel the shoulder has to work a little bit. Move that shoulder blade. One more time. Draw the shoulder blade back. Bend at the elbow. Feel this. Now, if it's already strong, you can go very small to open. Start to open the elbow out. Get tall through your spine. Once you find that kind of more of a nerve pull, you're going to come out of it a little bit, and then you're going to tip your head the other way. Come on up. Bring the arm forward. Bring the arm down. Very, very nice. Let's do a little bit of head glides. Very important is our head. So we're going to think of our throat and the back of our neck is going to glide forward. So from your throat, glide the head forward. And from your throat, draw the head back, 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 back. Draw the head forward and from that throat. And then draw the head way back. And the head lengthens up to the sky, the base of the skull. Let me see. Slide forward. Can we slide it forward like we were sliding on a little shelf? And then can we slide the head back? Last one. Slide forward. And then slide the head back. Keep it way back here. Keep your head back. Can I see that head retraction? Can I see wide across the shoulders? There you go, Carrie. Beautiful. And then keep that. Now I'm going to I'm going to pour water out my left ear. And then up. Can we keep our arms relaxed? Can I pour water out my right ear? and back up. Slide head back, make sure it stays there. Tilt, head tilt, super challenging, super important. Come back up for our hands, for our arms. Come back up. Last one. Tilt. There we go. Come back up and tilt. And back up. Rest. Hands on your sternum. I'll go a little side. I want my sternum to slide. I'm going to sink my hands into my chest. There's a little round. My back goes round. And then I push my chest forward into my hands. Sink the fingers into your chest. Ribs go back. Pull the chest forward. Ribs come forward and up. And chest goes back. Sink. Chest comes forward and up. Chest goes back. Ribs go back. Chest comes forward and up. One more time. Chest goes back. Chest comes forward and up. Push forward and up. Keep this here. Keep the chest lifted. Could I have you slide your ribs a little to the right and a little to the left? Slide to the right. Chest is lifted. Slide to the left. Show me your heart. Lift up. Shoulders back a little bit. Carry. Yes. And then slide. You got it. And slide. And slide. And slide. Come back to center. Relax the ribs. Last thing here, seated. I'm getting warm. So we're going to go into some breathing into this upper chest. So let's have our hands right here. So here's collarbones. Hands are just in the upper chest. Now what this exercise is it's a breathing exercise. But it's going to put us into what's called extension, which is a lengthening posture, that idea of being tall. And we're going to do it through our breath. So hands here. I'm going to slide sideways so maybe you can see. And it's a forced inhalation. And I'm going to inhale into where my hands are. So I'm going to... And then I just relax, okay? So let's just do about 5. Forced inhalation to get our spines lifted up in this upper back, upper chest. So here we go. Bring in that breath. Inhale. Pull it in. Exhale, let it go. Let the body just kind of melt. Yes. And again, inhale through the nose. Puff up with the breath. And then exhale, let it go. Challenging, right? It's a little challenging, especially if we've been holding our breath a little bit. So let's go. Inhale. And let it go. One more time. Breathe up into your hands. Move your hands with your breath. Forced inhale. Bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it up. And let it go. Relax the arms. Now we did breathing, so that can be a little bit, it can be invigorating. It can bring, especially inhale brings us alert, but it can also bring a little dizzy. So coming up, just take your time. If you're standing, make sure you feel okay. Sometimes breathing can make us just feel a little bit dizzy as well. So we're going to do a little bit of standing hip work and opening up our hip legs a little bit. So you're going to need the chair, I think, mostly because it's a little bit of balance. So can we cross the, let's do the right leg in front of the left like that. And I'm crossing, sometimes we do this tightrope stance. I'm actually going more across it. So I'm trying to get my right leg to actually cross to the other, across to the left, okay? Good. All right, and just see if we can do that. And then bring the leg back. And then go the other way. Can I cross over? And then come back. I'm just gonna play a little bit, little pre-stretch. Can I get my foot flat? And then I come back to neutral. Cross over and back. Now we're gonna cross over, we're gonna stay here. Can I take my, this is your right hip. Can you push your right hip a little bit more towards the right? Woo, maybe I slide my right arm up too. And I'm gonna hold on because I'm off balance. I'm purposefully off balance. And just hang there, take a breath into that side you're opening up. So we have the hip opening. Okay, we're pushing the hip out a little bit and we have the ribs that are opening. And then just come back up. Let's try it again. So make sure you're holding on to something. Slide your right hip out. Right hip slides and then side bend over. Reach your arm over. Notice how I'm shorter on my left side. And then come back up. Okay, switcheroo. Now, we're going to switch our chairs or turn around on the wall because we need to hold on to the other side. So now your left leg crosses over. Okay. And it doesn't have to be too far over. It can be small, right? Depends on that flexibility. We're going to get tall, so we don't want to be arched. We're going to lift up. Now this left hip is going to slide a little bit. Take that left arm up and reach the fingers away to that opposite wall. Can I touch that wall? And then come back up, align the body. Left hip slides. Reach away. There we go. Beautiful work. And then bring ourselves up. Okay, gorgeous. Bring the feet back to parallel. Let's turn around and face the chair. Or if it's a wall, that's fine. Start to walk your feet back, and we're going to go into a forward fold with our hands either on the chair against the wall. Now, let's just let our spines kind of dump first. So let your chest dump, drop your head. Just kind of notice, if I let my ribs just kind of fall here, I might feel a lot of pressure around the shoulder. So I want you to lift your ribs up to what you think a neutral is. Let the ribs lift up a little bit. Let the head lift up a little bit. And then can you widen your sits bones? And can you think about sliding the ribs up away from the hips so the waistline gets long? You might need to bend the knees. It's totally fine. Take another breath here. Just a long spinal length. I want us to be up out of the shoulders. And then from here, could we bring one hand down to the floor? You might want to bend the knees. And then the other hand down to the floor and then hang over the legs. So drop your head. You're in a forward fold. From here, we're going to do a roll up. So you're going to take an inhale. And on the exhale, go slow. We're going to roll up. Take your time. Use your eyes. Curling, stacking the spine. Nice and slow. Feel the spine slowly but surely stack up tall. Now we're all the way tall. We're going to hinge at the hips. Pelvis goes back. Hands reach forward towards your chair. You're in a spine. Remember, I'm not dumping here. I'm lifted. Imagine there was a pole on my back. Let me just check you all out. Let's see. You can bend the knees a little bit. Carrie, bend your knees. There you go. And kind of pull yourself away from your arms. Pull back. Good. That's it, Iana. Yep. Beautiful. And yeah, that's good. You're doing good. And then slowly take one hand down to the floor. Other hand down. You might have to bend the knees a lot. That's fine. Let your head hang if you can. Take a breath here in your forward fold. And then on the exhale, we roll ourselves up. Pelvis, what's going to happen? The tailbone's going to drop down. The pubic bone lifts up, and we roll. Take your time. Use your eyes. See where you are. Roll in all the way up. We'll do this just one more time. So I hinge at the pelvis. Hands come forward onto the chair. Okay, now make sure you're getting a good stretch. I might walk myself back. I scooch myself. My ribs go long. My ribs maybe widen. Shoulders can slide up to the ears a little bit. That's fine. You want to feel this stretch along the back, also through the legs. Take a nice big, one more breath here. And then bring one hand down to the floor, the other hand down to the floor. Bend the knees as you need to. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, we curl up. Curl tailbone down to the floor. Stacking the spine nice and tall. All the way up. Good. Face forward. Still want your balance, your chair nearby, but let's bring our hands here. And we're just going to do a little touch. Opposite arm to leg. Now, if that's too much, you can just, keep holding on with one hand. Or if you can, I'd love a little touch and go. Right to left, left to right. Feel that weight shift. Notice how, I have to stand on one leg. And then maybe look at, now can we take our eyes? I'm going to touch my knee. I'm going to touch my knee. And see your knee as you touch it. Hand to knee. Look and see. Yep. One more each side. Looks great. And then can we go across? Elbow, elbow, and it may not touch. We're going to just see. Yep, elbow to knee. Good work. Feel how the core works a little bit here to help you come across. One more each side. You guys doing great. Good. Back to center. Feet a little wider. Make sure you're not going to hit your chair. We're going to do some, so knees might soften if we're tight in our hips. We're going to imagine we have a big hula hoop, and we're going to start to, that is on the floor, and we're going to trace this hula hoop with our hips. Now, if it's too, if like that's too big of a hula hoop, guess what? You could have a smaller hula hoop. But can we trace those kind of the edges of this hula hoop? And if my hips are tight, I might bend my knees a little bit, but you're leading with the pelvis. Okay, nice circular motions. Circular motions. See that circle of the hips, kind of feel it. Notice where the sticky areas are. Can we go the other way? Carving out. Is this direction harder? Does it feel more like a square? Lead with the hips. Notice where the head is. My body is going to be working in a little bit, it's hard to think about it, but it's a little bit opposition. So as my hips go one, as my pelvis goes back, my head's going slightly forward. Don't go into it. Yep, that's better. Good. And then come back to center. Soften the knees. Long spine. Can we curl tailbone under? Can we tip tailbone back? Can I curl tailbone under? Can I keep tall? Can I find my breath? It's an exhale as the pelvis comes under. It's an inhale as I tip back. Exhale under. Can we feel that little bit of nice stretch through the low back? Can I feel my low abs as the pelvis comes under me? 2 more times. Tip under and then back. And then let's go nice tall spine. Take your arms out to a T position. Palms are facing forward. Could I reach? Could I slightly reach back behind me? Could I take my arms back there somewhere? Maybe I flex my fingers. And then could I bring my arms back up? Could I take my arms slightly behind me and go back behind me? Flex your fingers. So finding the back space, see if I can feel my back, and then come up. You also get a stretch through the arms and go back behind you. Chest might open. That's it. Come back up. Let's go back. Now here, could we make a little fist? Could I turn my arms in and then externally rotate? So I'm internally rotating my arms. I'm externally rotating my arms. Now everyone's doing good, but can we all get our arms slightly behind us and a little closer to the body? So the arms are slightly behind you. Yes, that's it. And then we're going to internally rotate the arm bones, and then we externally rotate. Yep, from the upper arm. Could we internally rotate? Could we externally rotate? Better. One more. Internal and external. And then bring the arms to your side. Stretch up to the sky. Reach back behind you. Big circles around we go. Come up. Inhale. Circle back. Touch the back space. As I come up, my palms are facing in. As I go back, my palms start to face back behind me. Okay. Inhale. Palms face in. Exhale. They circle back around. Can you keep your ribs easy? One more time. Inhale, arms. Exhale, arms go back. Good. Rest. Feet a little wider. Okay, you can use your chair if you'd like, if you need to little hold on to something. We're going to bend the knees forward, sit back as if they were sitting back in our chair, but it's not there. Notice the angle of my spine. I'm not hinging directly over. I'm in a diagonal. So my pelvis gets to lower, but my spine is a diagonal. All right, and then just feel your feet on the ground. Where are the eyes? Could my eyes be slightly forward and slightly up? And then I'm going to stand up. I'm pushing the ground away. I want to bring my pelvis, my sits bones on top of my heels. Okay, so my pelvis kind of comes forward. Then I'm going to release my hips back and down. Sits bones go wide. Can I feel the right leg? Can I feel my left leg? And I'm going to push the ground away, bring my pelvis, my sits bones on top of my feet. And I go back. Sits bones go back. Release your pelvis back. And then push the ground away. Feel how the pelvis comes on top of your feet. And sits bones go back and down. Push the ground away. Feel that ground force helping you stand up, and pelvis is on top of the feet. A couple more. Inhale, release the pelvis back. Exhale, push, bring your pelvis on top of your feet. That's it. And go back one more time. And come on up. Good, bring your feet. We have one more exercise here. Bring your feet a little closer together. You're gonna stand on your right leg, bring your left leg forward. So hips are staying squared, body's staying tall. I might wanna hold on. My left leg is gonna circle around, stay straight. My leg's gonna stay straight. It's gonna go back behind me, and my toes are gonna touch my back heel. I'm gonna come back around to the front, and my heel is gonna touch my toes. And I'm gonna go around, making a half circle, and I come forward. I'm gonna go around, reach, and I'm gonna come forward. Keep your leg long. Reach around, keep the pelvis still, and forward. Half circle around, last one. This time when you bring that leg forward, it's gonna step down in front of you, it stays there. Now my weight is gonna be a little more, well, a lot more, on my left leg. Back leg goes back behind me. It's gonna circle around and comes forward. Reach your leg long, the right leg is now straight, and forward. If I need to hold on, I can. Feel that tall spine. Feel that half circular motion of the thigh bone. Okay, we go back, the toes touch the heel. We come forward, the heel touches the toes. You got it, couple more. So we have some work on a standing leg. We have some mobility happening on our moving leg, and then stability happening in the torso. Lots of things. Last one. Take it back. Take it forward, and you're going to place it down. You're imagining you're on a tightrope, and we're going to walk forward on the tightrope, heel to toe. Walk it forward. Hands can go out to the sides. Stay on that little tightrope as you go forward. Yes, and then can you walk backwards on the tightrope? Maybe. You might need your arms out a little bit. Woo. Can I find my heel? Nice. One more step back. Make sure nothing's back there. And then find neutrals. Woo. All right. Let's go to the ground. I would like to do a little bit of forearm. How are we feeling? Give me just a thumbs up. I want to know because I have options, but how are hands and wrists for people? We did a little warm up for that, but how are they if we were going to load them? Does that feel like something we all can do a little bit? Hands and knees? Yeah? Okay. Because there's variations, but I want to try a little bit of loading for the upper body if that's available. So let's go. If not, please let me know. All right. So bring your hands under your shoulders, just like we were when we were seated and we were pushing forward with our hand. I want you to feel that here. Okay. So I'm pushing the ground away. So my arms are going to be locked. My elbows are locked. They're not going to bend. And now I'm going to see, could I draw both my shoulders into my back? And then could I push my shoulder blades wide? Could I slide my shoulder blades in? And could I push them wide? Eyes are slightly forward. Could I slide my shoulders in? And could I push them wide? Let me watch a few. This is challenging, but really important work. Let's see. Arms stay locked. Try not to drop the head too much. It'll go a little bit at them, but less head, more shoulders. Oh, tricky, but not those elbows. And go ahead, a few of you, just let your elbows bend and let the shoulders come in. See what that feels like, just so you can feel both. So let the elbows bend a little bit and come in, almost like a push-up, right? And then go straight with the elbows, straight with the arms. And now try with don't bend the elbows and try a few. Oh, there we go, that helped. So shoulders slide in, they hug the back, and then they go wide. All right, that's enough. Let's push wide with the shoulders. Wide with the shoulders. Awareness on your pelvis. Could I curl my pelvis under me? And then could I take my pelvis up and back? It's that pelvic curl we just did standing, but here, can I curl my tailbone under me? Whoa, there's my low abs. And then could I take my tailbone up and back? Could I find my pelvis, curl it under, take it back. One more time, curl tailbone under, and then take it back. Long spine, take your right hand, place it in front of your left fingers. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see. So right hand in front of left fingers, slide pelvis back. I'm holding on to the ground. I don't really want to slide back. My hands are pressing into the floor so I get a little stretch in my right shoulder, right rib. And then I'm going to come forward and I'm going to go forward over my hands a little bit and load those arms. And then slide back away from your hands. Come forward on top of the hands. Slide back away from your hands. Doesn't have to be very low. You can stay high. You'll notice if I stay higher, I get a little bit of a different stretch. Let's do one more. Sliding back. Sliding forward. Come back to center. Left hand comes in front of right fingers. Press the ground away. Slide back. Slide forward. Slide it back. Feel the shoulders open. Slide it forward. Slide back. Slide forward. You have one more. Slide back. And then slide forward. Come back to parallel. You're going to come up to fingertips. Take one hand forward, other hand forward, slide pelvis up and back, and drop your forehead to the ground. If that's too much on anyone's shoulders, you just slide back a little more and you can bring your palms down. Because by lifting the palms up and being up on our fingertips, it's going to be a little more now in the shoulders. And if you could let your forehead drop, you'll feel it in that mid-back. The more forward you are, the more intense. So you can always slide the hips back a little bit. Let's just take a big inhale into this upper back. So take a big inhale into your upper back. And then exhale, let it soften. And then everybody come back towards your hips. Let's roll up to a high kneeling. Rolling up slowly to a high kneeling position. Now, once we get up here, I want to make sure, do we have padding under our knees? Okay, do we have some knees? We want to make sure we have good padding. So make sure you have that, either a blanket or fold your mat. I'm going to try a lunge today, a low lunge. Okay, so we're going to step the right foot forward. Make sure you have padding on your knees if you feel any discomfort there. My front knee is over my front ankle, and I have space here to move. I'm not super close. If you need to hold on to something because it is a little balanced, make sure you do that, okay? So all I want to do here, we're going to do a simple hip stretch. I'm going to curl my pelvis under me, and I'm going to grow tall. I'm going to lengthen that spine. Now, when I get spinal lengthening, I already feel a little opening here, and you might too, right? As you lengthen the spine up, do we feel a little opening already? Now, yes. Thanks, Carrie. And then I'm going to slide that. I'm going to try to keep lifted. Could I slide a little forward? Woo, I don't have to go very far, right? For this type of stretch. And then I come back. So you get to play with your body here. You get to lengthen up and slide forward. Try to keep length. That's our goal for this one. And then I push with my front leg and I come back. Good. Let's try two more. Lifting up, slide forward. Yes, and come back. Curl tailbone, get tall, slide forward. Beautiful, and come back. Bring the leg back. Beautiful, let's go the other side. So you step the other foot forward. Make sure my knee and ankle are aligned to start. I have space to move. First things first, we're gonna lift the front of the hip bones up. Woo, this side's tighter for me. So I wanna feel my hip bones lift up the front. That's that pelvic tilt. And then I wanna grow tall. I wanna imagine I could lengthen my spine a little taller. With that, all those things in place, we slide forward. We push from the front leg to come back. It's small, it's subtle, but it's deep. We slide forward. It's not really, it feels like the whole leg, but it's a smaller motion maybe, right? We might feel like I could really go into this, but we're gonna go in a little, so we stay out of that low back and stay in our hips. One more time, we lift up through the pelvis, lift up through the spine. You got it, yes. And then come back. Good, let's go back to high kneeling. Arms out to your sides. I'm going to slide like seaweed. The ribs go one way. I reach through my fingers. Slide like seaweed the other way. Slide and slide. Can I feel my ribs like someone took my shirt and they pulled me over there and then I pulled me over here. Yep, seaweed arms, like you were in the ocean. One more each way. Move those ribs as best you can. Good. Come back to center. Arms reach up. We're going to dive down. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Round. As if you were going to go over a big beach ball. Yes, we have a theme going at the beach. Over, all the way till your hands meet the floor. And then long spine. Give me an arch. Tailbone lifts. Heart reaches forward. That's it. Then we're going to go back the way we came. So we're going to exhale, curl tailbone. That's what I need, my abs. I'm going to pull myself back up. Keep your arms by your ears. If you can, come all the way back up to that high knee line. We did it. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Look where you're going. Can I scoop out my middle? There's a moment when I want to fall, but I'm going to try to sustain myself for a moment, or suspend, and sustain, and then inhale, and you go into your arch. Tailbone lifts, heart lifts. Exhale, curl. Hollow out the middle, round up. Arms come by your ears. Inhale, grow tall. I'm going to see. Exhale, we dive. Dive down. Down you go. Up and over this imaginary beach ball. Over, all the way to the ground. Beautiful. Let me see that arch. And then neutral. And let's come to seated. Okay? Shift to a seated position. Feet are going to be wide. I'm going to do just a little bit of rotation and hip work here. So a leg's about as wide as your mat. Okay? Hands are slightly behind you. Take your legs to the right. Let them fall to the right. Now that left arm is going to come around, and I'm going to reach, follow my fingers, and I'm going to reach out on this diagonal, on that right diagonal, and reach, and rotate. I'm going to come back through center. Arm comes back, legs come back, go all the way over to the other side. Right arm slices through the air, and right arm's going to reach, and it's going to reach away at a diagonal. I'm going to push with my left hand a little bit, and I'm reaching on this diagonal. I come back, slice through the air. Let's go to the other side. Legs, arm, reach. Stretch on that, into that abyss. Reaching. Feel how the ribs rotate. And come back through center. Legs come back. Legs go the other way. Arm comes around. Slices through the air and reach on the diagonal. Stretch away. The hand that's on the floor kind of pushes the floor away and you're reaching. And then come back through center. Find neutral. Hands come behind the legs. Bring your chest up. Fill it up. Find that inhale into your chest. Take a big inhale through the nose. Puff up the chest. Exhale, curl pelvis, round back. Hang off your legs. Eyes on the belly. I'm hanging away from my arms. I'm hanging off my legs. And then we're going to inhale, come up tall. Inhale, come tall. Breathe up into your chest. Exhale, round back. Hang off the legs. Eyes on the belly. Ribs sink back. Inhale, bring yourself up. Inhale through the nose, fill up your chest. Exhale back. Last time, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release it back. Let's keep going all the way back to the floor. All the way down. You can guide yourself with your hands. Bring one leg into your chest. Bring the other leg into your chest. One hand on each knee. Give me a few knee circles here. just stirring your legs in the pelvis. So individual knee circles. So one hand on each knee. There you go. Bring them in and open up, and then down and in together. So they come, both legs come into the chest. They open wide. Separate the legs. There you go. Go down and in. So like, there you go. Yes, that's it. And then change direction. Two more this whichever way you're going. And then give yourself one more hug. Pull the knees in. A little rock side to side. A little breath. And then release. Roll to either side. Find a little seat. So you could be high kneeling. You could decide to come back up to your chair, or you could be low kneeling. Do whatever's comfortable. We're going to end with a little eye massage. So closing the eyes, hands. This will make us feel a little sleepy. So we'll do one more thing after. But fingertips on the eyes, and just give yourself a little circular massage on top of the eyes. It's very relaxing. Release any extra tension here. Little circular dime-sized pressure on top of the eyelids, right? Eyes are closed. And we're massaging on top of the eyelids. Get that bone underneath the eyebrow. Feel that, get a little massage there. And let's go under the eyes as well. And that bone under the eyes. And then a little bit of temples. Okay, and then open the eyes. Let's tap the face a little bit. Tapping all along the bones of the face. Taking some breaths here. Feeling heat in the face. You pull on the ears, pull down. Pull out. Pull up. One more time, pull down. Pull out. Pull up. Shake your hands. And we're done. Good work. Very nice. Have a wonderful weekend. It's almost the weekend. We're almost there. Adam, you made it. You did the class.
Yeah, it was quick delivery. Pretty quick.
Awesome. That's always nice. All right, everyone. Thank you so